Human health and diseases. Health for a long time was considered as a state of body and mind where there is a balance of certain humors. It was thought that person with black bile belonged to hot personality and would have fevers. This idea was arrived at by pure refractive thought by Greeks like Hippocrates as well. The discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey using experimental method and the demonstration of normal body temperature in person with black bile using thermometer disapproved the good humor hypothesis of health. In later years, biology stated that mind influence through neural system and endocrine system and that our immune system maintains our health. Hence, mind and mental state can affect the health. Of course, health is affected by genetic disorders, infections, and lifestyles including food and water we take, rest, and exercise. Diseases can be broadly grouped into infectious and non-infectious diseases which are easily transmitted from one person to another are called infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are very common and every one of us suffer from these at some times or the other of the diseases like AIDS are fatal. Non-infectious diseases do not transfer from one person to another. A wide range of organisms belonging to bacteria, viruses, fungi, pathogens, helminths, etc. could cause diseases in man. Such diseases causing organisms are called pathogens. Most parasites are therefore pathogens as they cause harm to the host by living in or on them. The pathogens can enter our body by various means, multiply, and interfere with the normal vital activities, resulting in morphological and functional damage. Pathogens have to adapt to life within the environment of the host. For example, the pathogens that enter the gut must know a way of arriving in the stomach at low pH. Salmonella typhi is a pathogen bacterium which causes typhoid fever to human beings. These pathogens generally enter the small intestine through food and water contaminated with them and migrate to other organs through blood. Sustained fever 39 degree to 40 degree, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache and loss of appetite are symptoms. Classic case of Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, is worth mentioning here. She was a cook by profession and was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid for several years through food she prepared. There are different type of the tests are also there which can be used for other than these symptoms. Those are known as sign or the Vidal test, where the blood of the organism is being tested for the presence of Salmonella typhi under the microscope. Bacteria like Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae are responsible for disease pneumonia. As a result of the infection, the alveoli get filled with fluid, leading to severe problems in respiration. The symptoms of pneumonia include fever, chills, cough, and headache. In severe cases, the lips and fingernails may turn grey to bluish in color. A healthy person acquires the infection by inhaling the droplets, aerosols released by an infected person, or even by sharing glasses and utensils with an infected person. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria, etc. are some of the other bacterial diseases in men. For all the type of the infectious diseases, the direct contact is one of the source which causes the disease, just like that of the corona, where The social distancing is required so that this direct contact with the infectious person or by the droplets or other ways can be avoided. Many microbes, viruses also cause diseases in human beings. Rhinoviruses represent one of the such group of viruses which causes one of the most infectious human ailment, the common cold. They infect the nose and respiratory system but not the lungs. The common cold is characterized by nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, hoarseness, cough, headache, tiredness, etc., which usually last for 3 to 7 days. Droplets resulting from cough or sneezes of an infected person are either inhaled directly or transmitted through contaminated objects such as pens, books, clips, doorknobs, computer keyboards, or mouse, etc., and cause infection in a healthy person. Taking care while sneezing, covering your nose is one of the protective measures. Some of the human diseases are caused by protozoans too, such as other diseases which are caused by the worms called helminths. They are the parasites present in our body, mostly transmitted by the contaminated food and water. Ascaris, the worm commonly called roundworm, is an intestinal parasite. Symptoms of disease ascariasis include internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. The eggs of the parasite are excreted along with the feces. Infected person which contaminates soil, water, plants, etc. A healthy person acquires this infection through contaminated water, vegetables, fruits, etc., with the help of houseflies and the other insects. Another worm is Vaucheria bronchitis and malai. The filarial worms causes a slowly developing chronic inflammation of the organs in which they live for many years. Usually the lymphatic vessels of the lower limbs, and the disease is called elephantiasis or filariasis. The genital organs are also affected, resulting in gross deformities. The pathogens are transmitted to a healthy person through the bites by the female mosquito vector. Different form of the mosquitoes, culex, anopheles, Aedes, are responsible for the different type of the diseases. Many fungi belonging to the genera Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton are responsible for ringworms, which is one of the most common infectious disease in men. Appearance of dry skin, scaly lesions, or various parts of the body such as skin, nails, and scalp are the main symptoms of the disease. These lesions are accompanied by intense itching, heat, and moisture being these fungi to grow, which makes them thrive in skin folds such as those in groin or between the toes. Ringworms are generally acquired from soil or by using towels, clothes, or even the combs of infectious or the infected person. Maintenance of a personal and public hygiene is very important for prevention and control of many infectious. Malaria, a disease man has been fighting since many years. Plasmodium, A tiny protozoan is responsible for this disease. Different species of Plasmodium, P. vivax, P. malaria, and P. falciparum are responsible for different types of malaria. Of these, malignant malaria caused by Plasmodium falciparum is the most serious one and can be fatal. During this, Plasmodium, a protozoan, enters the human body as a sporozoite infectious form through the bite of infected female Anopheles mosquito. The parasite initially multiply within the liver cells and then attack the red blood cells RBCs, resulting in their rupture. The rupture of RBC is associated with release of toxic substance hemozoin, which is responsible for the chill and high fever recurring every 3 to 4 days. When a female Anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, these parasites enter the mosquito's body and undergo further development. The parasites multiply within them to form sporozoites that are stored in their salivary glands. When these mosquitoes bite a human, the sporozoites are introduced into her body, thereby initiating the events mentioned above. It is interesting to note that malaria parasites require two hosts, human being and mosquito, to complete its life cycle. The female Anopheles mosquito is the vector transmitting agent too, but do not suffer from the disease that is called malaria. The parasites can be controlled, the disease malaria can be controlled if the breeding places of the mosquitoes are being covered. Stagnant water for longer time period provides the breeding places for these mosquitoes and spread of disease takes place. In case of malaria, the female Anopheles mosquito is acting as a vector because it requires the blood of the human being for the maintaining the conditions better for its egg development. For their own sake they are taking the blood, but that is providing a place for protozoan also to multiply. So the blood taken by the female Anopheles mosquito from an unhealthy person, when passes to a healthy person through its saliva, the Plasmodium transmits. Infectious diseases are also due to our negligence. For example, amoebiosis is a disease caused by Entamoeba histolytica, which causes amoebiosis. Symptoms of this disease include constipation, abdominal pain, cramps, stools with excess mucus and blood clots. Housefly act as a mechanical carriers and serve to transmit the parasite from feces of infected person to food and water and other products, thereby contaminating them. Drinking water and food contaminated by the fecal matter are the main source of infection. So it is always advisable to cover the garbage or the dustbins and wash your hands properly to maintain the personal hygiene. Do not excrete out in the open area. Public hygiene is the most important because most of us are doing the personal hygiene, but when it comes to the public hygiene, we are showing our ignorance. But when we are living in a particular environment, we have to interact with both the biotic and the abiotic factors present in that particular area. We have studied that amoebiosis, typhoid, ascariasis, malaria, All these type of the diseases are due to our mistake, that is ignoring the public hygiene places, mosquitoes, providing them the breeding places, garbage, open garbage, sewage, domestic sewage in open drainage system, too much of the stagnant water in the coolers and other substances give the passage for these houseflies to multiply. Spraying of the insecticides and pesticides in the correct time period is very important. Gambusia is a fish which eats on the larva of the Anopheles mosquito. So they can be introduced in the ponds where the stagnant water is present. Net and the mosquito repellents others can be used to provide just to prevent the entry of these mosquitoes. In addition, doors and windows should be provided with wire mesh to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. Such precautions have become all the more important, especially in the light of recent widespread incidents of vector hormone borne Aedes mosquitoes diseases like dengue and chikungunya in many parts of India. The advancement made in biological science have armed us to effectively deal with many infectious diseases. The uses of vaccines and immunization programs have enabled us to completely eradicate a deadly disease like smallpox. A large number of other infectious diseases like polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tetanus have been controlled to a large extent by the use of vaccines. Biotechnology, about which you will read more in the later chapters, you will find out is at the verge of making available newer and safer vaccine. Discovery of antibiotics and various other drugs have also enabled us to effectively treat infectious diseases.